Episode 75, Century Peak Showdown. The gaze of being treated as a joke. Kai Fengxian sighed deeply, showing a nostalgic expression. Indeed, it has been a long time. It's been 10 years since our last meeting in Country F. Yes. At our age, we might not have another 10 years. You've rarely come to Country F. How about continuing from where we left off 10 years ago today? A glint appeared in Kai Fengxian's eyes. Of course. Danielle readily agreed. Hearing the conversation between the two masters, the hotel owner was beyond excited. He had initially planned to use Su Yan's and Ning Zuelo's engagement event to promote the hotel's reputation, but the unexpected turn of events was thrilling. A proposal dinner's attraction was nothing compared to Century Peak Showdown between top Western chef Danielle and Master Kai Fengxian for promoting the hotel. This was a massive win for him. He had to thank Miss Ning Zuelo properly later. She quietly made a big move. At this moment, a large group of journalists suddenly rushed into the hotel and headed straight for the banquet hall. The hotel's security and waitstaff hurriedly blocked their way. Where are you from? This is a private event, and without an invitation, you can't just enter. I'm a reporter from XX channel. I'm a photographer from XX newspaper. I'm a freelance editor for XX magazine. We heard that Mr. Danielle and Mr. Kai are here tonight and specially rushed over. Let us in. The journalists pleaded enthusiastically. The security and waitstaff looked troubled. We have rules. Rules are made by people. Just be flexible. Yes. We all have qualifications. We're not ordinary tabloid reporters. If you don't believe it, you can go ask your manager. Your manager will definitely agree. Wait a moment. Let me check. Tonight, the sudden influx of reporters was overwhelming. Although the hotel had increased security, it couldn't stop the enthusiasm of the journalists. One waiter hurriedly went to consult the manager. This is really good for the hotel. However, tonight's guests are too prominent. We can't be careless. The manager couldn't make a decision on the spot and went to talk to the owner. Now there are reporters outside, making a fuss about coming in. Boss, what should we do? The hotel owner was naturally optimistic, but he couldn't make a decision without consulting others, so he went to discuss it with the organizers of the crew. Knowing the owner's intention, Wang Taihe, Guo Qixing, and others discussed the matter and thought it was a good opportunity for publicity. They immediately agreed on the spot. Now, it was only a matter of the opinions of the most important people involved. Rubbing his hands together, the hotel owner walked up to the two masters, explained the situation, and nervously asked, "All these reporters have come specifically for the two of you. I don't know if you're willing to accept the coverage?" Danielle and Kai Fengxian exchanged glances and simultaneously looked at Ning Shi in the corner. Danielle spoke, "I came for the beautiful Miss Ning Shi and her esteemed guests. As long as they are her guests, I have no objections." Implicit in his words was the condition that these reporters needed to be invited by Ning Shi, acting as her guests. The hotel owner looked embarrassed and then turned to Kai Fengxian. "And you, Mr. Kai?" "I agree with Danielle." Kai Fengxian spoke. Okay. Now it seems I can only ask Ning Shi, right?" So, the hotel owner hurriedly ran towards Ning Shi's direction again. "Miss Ning, you should have heard what Mr. Danielle and Mr. Kai said just now. They only accept coverage of your guests. Now, there are so many reporters waiting outside. What do you think?" Ning Shi lowered her gaze and thought for a moment. Considering the optimistic atmosphere from all sides, if she refused now, she would offend too many people. Selling those reporters a bit of face was acceptable, but... After weighing her words, Ning Shi said, "This banquet is the wrap-up party for Tianxia. It's not my personal event. Since producer Wang and the director have no objections, neither do I. However, Mr. Feng, you need to carefully verify those reporters outside, only allowing those with qualifications to enter. Additionally, they must not disrupt the order of the banquet. Otherwise, they'll have to leave." The two masters came from afar, and I believe nobody wants any unpleasantness. What do you think? Ning Shi's words were meticulous, leaving no room for misunderstandings. Mr. Feng's eyes subtly revealed a trace of admiration. He was the one most hopeful for the smooth progress of this banquet, so he readily agreed, certainly. I'll go inform them, and we'll increase security to maintain order. It won't disturb tonight's banquet and the two seniors." Soon, a large group of reporters entered. These journalists were cooperative, considering they were all professional food industry workers. Out of respect for the two masters, they dared not cause any trouble. After expressing their gratitude to Ningxi with their eyes, they quietly found corners and set up their cameras. The collision of Western cuisine had officially begun. Mr. Feng was busy arranging the cooking stations, and a waiter hastily handed him a list. "Boss, these are the ingredients the two masters need." Mr. Feng looked at it and felt a little dumbfounded. "Oh, look at me. I forgot the most important thing. I didn't expect this situation. Our hotel's ingredient preparation is absolutely insufficient. Mr. Daniel brought his own ingredients, but now we need a lot of other ingredients to change the menu. Moreover, it's probably too late to transport them now. What should we do?" The manager also looked anxious. Seeing that the two masters were already preparing, but their hotel's ingredients were insufficient, the hotel owner felt like he was going to vomit. Seeing the boss's expression not right, the guests began to whisper, "Hey, what's wrong with the boss? Why does he look so bad? It seems like there aren't enough ingredients, right? Because they're going to have a cooking competition, they definitely need double the ingredients. And both masters have high requirements for ingredients. Ordinary ones won't do. Oh no. We've been waiting for this for so long, don't tell me it's all going to fall through at the last minute? What's going on?" And so many reporters came. "We can't just let them all leave because of this misunderstanding, right? This is getting ridiculous. Humph. It's best if it falls through." In the corner, Fangya muttered quietly. However, she had learned her lesson this time and didn't dare to say it too loudly. Ning Xuelua forced a calm expression, but privately, her nerves were already stretched tight. Naturally, she also hoped it would fall through. However, tonight was destined not to go as they had hoped. The hotel owner was on the verge of spitting blood from anxiety when a young waiter hurriedly ran towards him and whispered a few words in his ear. The owner didn't know what he heard, but his face instantly showed shock. He quickly went out. Just as he stepped outside, he saw 2 rows of well-trained waiters, each holding fresh ingredients. It seemed they were directly airlifted. With such a grand gesture, who could the other party be? Could it really be that person? The owner's mind only briefly flashed with this thought. He didn't have time to think about it further and quickly had them brought in. The importance of ingredients was paramount. As piles of fresh, chilled ingredients were brought in one after another, everyone marveled again. Ning Xuelua's last string in her heart also snapped. She sat down in her chair lifelessly. It was over. For her, the remaining time was a great torment. Every time a camera or smartphone camera was pointed at her, she had to tense up. Tonight, she should have been the focus of attention, but now she was the focus of attention treated as a joke. On Daniel's side, the sous chef was Alan, and on Kai Fengxian's side, it was his eldest son, Kai Cheng. The other assistants were elite teams they had brought with them. The cooking on both sides began nervously and in an orderly manner. As time passed by, the banquet hall gradually filled with the aroma of food. Each person had an expression that was completely uncontrollable, saliva involuntarily secreting from their mouths. In the end, each side produced 10 dishes, including 2 desserts. On Kai Fengxian's side, hibiscus swallow rolls, golden listed wing, imperial garden 5-flavor abalone, full house pearl, imperial red top swallow, Tai Chi divine essence cauldron, supreme quality ginseng, exquisite ice-skinned crab, purple sweet potato cake, and poria durian pastry. On Danielle's side, Hudson Valley duck liver sauce, vanilla grilled squab, braised fresh abalone with sea jelly, honey glazed barbecue, vinegar crispy eel, begonia lobster, garlic oyster tempura, baked vegetable peacock clam, plum champagne floating, and grilled Gruyere cheese puff. Both sides had their own unique features, vividly interpreting and representing the gastronomy of their respective countries. An actor who was live-streaming aimed his phone's camera at the table full of delicacies in front of him. Unscrupulously, he teased his fans who were watching the live stream, "Darlings, did you see it? Did you see it? I'm going to start eating now. Look at how satisfying it is. Ha ha ha." The fans watching the live stream wailed. "Releasing poison late at night, it's still highly toxic, it's really too unethical. I'm so angry that I took out a pack of spicy sticks." Begging for the camera to focus on our goddess Ning. "No, let me be clear, it's goddess Ya. I really want to see how the goddess eats." "I second that. The goddess is so handsome tonight. Ha ha ha. Yeah. I silently watch you show off, and I never interrupt you." The next moment, the camera focused on Ningxi in the corner, as everyone had wished. Ningxi was concentrating on tasting the delicacies. It seemed that she sensed someone was secretly taking pictures of her. She casually lifted her head and, out of politeness, unconsciously smiled at the camera. Ah. We've been killed. We've been killed by the goddess's smile. Beautiful to the point of tears. No wonder Mr. Daniel always emphasizes the beautiful and noble Miss Ning. Resolutely, only Goddess Xia can bear these two adjectives. Ningxi's noble elegance truly radiates from her bones. I'm going to become a fan of hers. Listening to the various comments from the food critics around, Xiao Tao, who was eating earnestly, mumbled with unclear words, "Oh my god. They're all so delicious, it's too hard to choose. Sister Shi, what about you? Which one do you think is better?" Ningxi leaned on her chin, pondering. Indeed, it's hard to distinguish. In terms of desserts and appetizers, Western cuisine has always had an advantage. Mr. Daniel's desserts are not only exquisite like works of art, but they also have an excellent taste. However, in terms of the main course, it might have a slight edge. As a food critic mentioned earlier, it has a more human touch. If you just listen to the names of those dishes, each one has a special meaning. Xiao Tao nodded repeatedly. That's true. It's really difficult to decide. In the warm and harmonious atmosphere, amid the utmost joy brought by the delicacies, the banquet gradually came to an end. After the banquet, Ningxi went to the restroom, and Xiao Tao waited outside for her. While she was busy scrolling through Weibo, someone suddenly called her. "Hello, are you Miss Ning's assistant?" Xiao Tao looked up unexpectedly and saw that the person speaking to her was the hotel owner. "Yes, is there something you need, Mr. Feng?" It's like this. This is a little token of appreciation for Miss Ning from me. If you don't mind, please accept it on her behalf," Mr. Feng said, handing over a golden embossed card. Xiao Tao glanced at the card. "What is this?" Mr. Feng explained. "This is a platinum card from our Imperial Hotel. We have 3 types of cards, silver, gold, and platinum. The platinum card is the highest level. It not only offers discounts as low as 60%, but also provides the most distinguished treatment. The hotel will specially reserve a VIP room and private room for the holder of the platinum card. So, no matter when you come, there will always be a place for you." Xiao Tao showed surprise upon hearing this but did not reveal too much excitement. After all, following Cold Man Yun, she had seen and experienced such things a lot. She knew that if she showed too much excitement, people might look down on Ningxi. Right now, she represented not only herself but also Ningxi. So, Xiao Tao calmly said, "But, no effort, no reward. Miss Assistant, you're too polite. Thanks to Miss Ning this time, our hotel had the honor of hosting both Mr. Daniel and Mr. Kai. Any amount of thanks is not too much." After Mr. Feng finished speaking, a gleam of light flashed in his eyes. He lowered his voice and added, "Please also convey my thanks to that distinguished person on behalf of Miss Ning." Xiao Tao blinked her eyes, looking puzzled. Distinguished person? Who could that be? Not figuring it out, Xiao Tao directly skipped this question. "In that case, thank you for your kind offer, Mr. Feng." Seeing that Xiao Tao did not give a clear reply, Mr. Feng felt somewhat unwilling, but such questions were not suitable to press on. So, he could only nod and leave. Before leaving, Mr. Feng turned back and glanced in the direction of the assistant, feeling even more doubtful. Still didn't find out. Is the person behind Ningxi really that distinguished person he was suspecting? Well, no matter what, being polite is always right. Just as Ningxi came out of the restroom, Xiao Tao immediately retracted the deliberate restraint, happily bounced over, and said, "Sister Xia, let me show you something." "What is it?" Ningxi asked curiously. "The platinum card from Imperial Hotel. Just now, Mr. Feng gave it to us." "Feng Laoban? Why did he send us this?" "Thanks to you, their hotel got a free ride on such a hot topic. They saved a lot of advertising fees. Just consider it as a gift of a platinum card, nothing much." Ningxi sighed. There was really no way to explain tonight's events to anyone. Naturally, she could only accept it passively. "Alright, you keep it." "Huh? Should I keep it?" Xiao Tao looked surprised. "Of course. In the future, all matters related to this will be arranged by you, my little housekeeper. It's more convenient to leave it to you." Xiao Tao blushed slightly as she tucked the card into her bag. Then I'll keep it for you." Pearl River Imperial Residence. After returning to the apartment, Ningxi didn't do anything. The first thing she did was throw herself onto the bed. Tonight was really exhausting. Mentally exhausted. From yesterday till now, she had been on edge due to various unexpected situations. Anyway, she had no strength left in her body at the moment. As she lay on the bed, feeling drowsy, the doorbell suddenly rang. Ningxi instantly felt overwhelmed. Who could it be at this late hour? She was starting to develop a phobia for doorbells. No matter. Ningxi lay on the bed motionless. However, the doorbell persisted as if it was urging her to hurry up and open the door. Unable to bear it, she could only get up with an expression of gloominess and open the door. Just as she walked to the living room, she heard a voice outside that was full of playfulness. Little Xia Xia. Open the door. Little Xia Xia. Hurry up and open the door. Little Xia Xia. Quickly open the door. Ningxi opened the door with an annoyed look, and outside was Lu Jingli. Second young master. Stop making a fuss. It's so late, what are you doing? Lu Jingli immediately barged in without any politeness. As soon as he entered, he said excitedly, Little Xia Xia. You missed it. Ningxi stared at him speechlessly. You're the one who missed it. Lu Jingli, like a nervous wreck, walked back and forth in the living room. Then, he spoke rapidly, Damn, I really regret it so much that my intestines have turned blue. Ningxi pinched her brow. Stop pacing around. What do you want to say? Lu Jingli, with an expression of heartbreak, said, I wanted to say, why did I have to attend that boring business cocktail party tonight? I missed such an exciting scene. Now, I can only miserably search for live stream videos. Ningxi rolled her eyes at him. Obviously, because attending that boring business cocktail party can earn you a lot of little money. Gossip is not as important as little money to you. Lu Jingli retorted righteously, how can little money be more important than gossip? Ningxi sighed. Okay, I forgot you're a rich guy. Money is just a number for you. For you, gossip is indeed more important. Lu Jingli covered his chest. Besides, there was also Danielle tonight. And Kai Fengxian. Do you know how difficult it is to have a meal with these two legends? I actually missed it. Missed it. I've broken my heart and don't want to live anymore. Ningxi's mouth twitched. Then you should have rushed to the Imperial Hotel. Maybe you could have had some leftovers there. Why did you come to me? Lu Jingli didn't speak but stared at her without any resentment. Ningxi helplessly pinched her brow. Alright. My boss. I knew you didn't come, and I know you have a good appetite. I specially saved some for you. Ningxi took out a box of delicate desserts from the refrigerator. I couldn't bring other things, so I only brought you a box of purple sweet potato cakes.